your character has just had their connection to the Force severed, like forcibly, because they fought in a war, and you just like you saw so much shit go down that your Force connection just gets cut off.
Wow. That's very
Force PTSD. Force PTSD.
Yes, Force PTSD.
Force
I think
PTSD.
that ultimately what The Force Awakens represents is the Force becomes almost develops like an interactivity with life that it didn't have.
The Force interactivity matrix.
Before the Force was something that people harnessed, and then it kind of went into obscurity and turned into this thing that just kind of exists in the background as this energy, and then slowly but surely the Force starts to re-emerge into people and show itself through these actions, through these situations, and I think it kind of it's weirdly kind of.
All right, well let's get the facts. Let's get the facts. In the original draft of Star Wars, The Star Wars by George Lucas, the Force was called the Force of Others. In Star Wars Episode 1, Qui-Gon Jinn calls it the Living Force in the first 10 minutes of the movie. And then for the whole rest of the series, it's just the Force. There are different forms of the Force. It's like the Holy Trinity.
Okay. If you really think about it,
we have the proof.
When Leia's planet gets destroyed and Obi-Wan feels a disturbance, when Obi-Wan feels a disturbance in the Force, it exhibits the fact that the Force permeates all things.
Yes.
That he's experiencing something that exists at such a level that it is omni-interactive. It exists between people, and it also exists like as a whole network between planets, between star systems. Like if you're tapped into it to a certain level, you could have
said pure immanence.
Well, yeah,
you didn't need to invent the phrase omni-interactive.
It's weird. Right? How do you even write omni-interactive? There has to be a dash, in there or something. There has to be. It's totally a dash. But I think that's what Obi-Wan exhibits, and I think that's also what Yoda kind of exhibits as that person
and that's what
kind
Luke
of tapped in. And now Luke will develop into that.
Episode 7.
And Kylo Ren to me it represents like the kind of parasitic.
Well, Tejas is bringing it in over here with evil Luke.
Yes.
So what's up with that? Bring us up to date on that fan theory. First, just the facts.
Well, the fan theory is that, in the period between the two movie trilogies, Luke has fallen to the dark side of the Force and is evil. That either he's Kylo Ren or he's Snoke or he's someone else involved in the current Sith hierarchy.
The precedent for this is mostly based off of the Dark Empire trilogy, and fans have made comments about the colors of the robes. Go.
Absolutely not, because Kylo Ren has been seen without his helmet on, and he is absolutely not Luke. Also, Snoke is not a human being. Snoke is a alien life form.
And that is motion capture specialist Anthony DeMeo, who worked... No. What is this? This isn't Foley. This isn't Foley. Get out. You know the rest. Anthony DeMeo, profile, Star Wars, animator.
You mind if I grabbed another slice of pizza, man?
Oh, no.
With that, you have to use that. You have to use the katana to cut it.
With the katana.
Like some Metal Gear Rising stuff, like...
Have you played Metal Gear Rising?
Yeah, it's a great
game.
You
have to do the whooshing stuff. No.
Metal Gear Rising is good.
I've told you guys this a billion times. I've only played Metal Gear 1 when it came out.
It's so hard.
I'm not a Metal
Gear Rising is so challenging.
Well, yeah, that's probably why.
It's really good, though. I actually appreciate that.
It's like a Platinum game. They're the same people who made, like, Bayonetta.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do
you can't release this until like after this comes out.
Why do you think Evil Luke is bullshit though? That's what this is really
about. Only because I think that Luke, if he does turn evil, will not turn evil in this episode. If he does turn evil in this trilogy, it'll probably be towards the end.
You're right.
And that'll probably be his end, and that'll be the end of that legacy.
Based on what though?
Based on the books. Based on a lot of the non-canon, quote-quote, non-canon.
Star Wars Legends?
Yeah, based on the Star... I mean, if you think about it, though, like, ultimately, how many more villains are you going to make? You have Snoke, you're going to have Kylo Ren, who's... If he lives through this movie, he probably won't live through the second one. You have Snoke that has to live through the whole trilogy as the ultimate Emperor villain. And then you have Luke, who, if he becomes a kind of... Not even a dark side, but almost like kind of this outlaw character.
Right.
I think that would ultimately be his role if, and this is just speculation, if it gets to the point where it's like Snoke, Luke, Finn, and whoever else is existing as these people that are carrying on the legacy of the kind of Jedi idea of these people that are harnessing the Force for the greater good of everyone against these people that are, harnessing the Force for occupation, oppression, all these other things. I think that Luke would kind of be almost like the median between the two. Where
Alright, I
he
can't
doesn't
record
have
it.
to abide by any rules because he is the ultimate like outlaw in terms of he
So
doesn't.
he's a great Jedi.
I think that ultimately Luke will probably fade into this kind of ambiguity, and that's what makes him a more developed character, because Luke can't just be this shining light that exists as this positive force throughout every, like, 6 movies, dude. That would be fucking ridiculous. Obviously, you have to have character development where he starts to turn between the two, and I think that's what's going to make him the most nuanced character, and probably the least explored visually, but the most explored in terms of, like, what he's experiencing and the way that life is transitioning him through these states of like depression and mania as this person that's trying to maintain this legacy. That can't exist in this completely upward swing of I'm just becoming this like ultimate light character. That just wouldn't work.
You said the character you worked on's been released now. Can you find Google images?
You can, yeah.
Yeah? I haven't seen him yet. Have you, Tejas?
No.
Alright, we're gonna look that up. We're gonna look at that.